This mug is actually a joke. There's coffee all over it. I was trying to be cute and aesthetic, and I bought this mug for $5 at Target, and it is impossible to drink out of. And when I go to do my coffee, it like doesn't go into the cup. It spits like on the side. Hot mess, but I gotta drink it like this. Anyways, what's up? It is September 15th. Today is Friday, which means I turned another week. I have not spoken to you guys since I was, I think, 14 weeks. I am now 18 weeks. I was supposed to start doing like my second trimester vlog like right after 14 weeks, and just popping in and trying to like vlog here and there, because these videos are obviously going up later after the baby's born, but God willing, everything goes good. But yeah, I didn't do that. I just got so busy. I traveled, not that I traveled, like, to sound dramatic. I went to Florida for a weekend to go visit my mom. I just feel like with back to school, Penelope, like, starting school, she started swim, she started gymnastics. I just feel like I've just been really, really busy. And the weeks actually have been going by quick because of that, and I super appreciate that, because technically I could be halfway there at this point. They don't want me to go over 39 weeks, my doctors, so yeah, we'll see. I gave birth to Penelope at 37 weeks, so it really it's really up in the air when, as of right now, when it's gonna happen. There's no talks of me like getting induced right now, you know, having a C-section, having vaginal delivery, or a VBAC, because I had a C-section with Penelope. I went to my 18-week doctor's appointment today. I actually go every 2 weeks because I'm considered, I don't know if I guess it's high risk, but because I had the loss the last time, which they did confirm it was preterm labor and not like a miscarriage. They're monitoring me every 2 weeks to make sure I'm not going to start to dilate. My fluids are still like high. My cervix is closed, all those things. So these are my pictures from today. And can I just say, as soon as I saw this one, I was like, that looks like Penelope. I know to a lot of people these look like blobs, but I sent it to my husband, I didn't say anything, and he instantly texted me back and he's like, wow, that second one looks like Penelope. And I was like, I didn't know if I was reaching, but to me that looks like my daughter. I got better ones the last time, to be honest. Like, this is the foot, the arm. I got one really good one of like the hand and stuff. But this time the baby was moving all over the place. So the ultrasound tech was like, I'm gonna do the best I can to get these pictures, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get them. So yeah, she did the best she could to get those pictures. And she was so sweet. Everybody's always so nice there at my doctor's office, or at this high risk kind of place. I see my high risk doctor, or go for that every 2 weeks for a cervical, is it cervical check? I think it's considered a cervical check. And ultrasound. They check with a vaginal ultrasound, and then on the belly. And then once a month I go see my OB. My OB's office has been like uneventful. Every time I go, I'm just kind of like there for blood work, or there for, you know, I give urine, whatever. We chit chat, how am I feeling, how am I doing, good, and I'm gone. Which is good, because that means so far, knock on wood, all my blood work has been coming back really great. I just did this spina bifida testing at 16 weeks, and that came back all normal. They actually didn't even call me about that, but I logged into my portal and I saw that because I got the notification. And I know if it's bad, they usually will call you right away. So I had done that, and then they just never called. So I logged in and checked, and everything said normal, or I don't remember the exact verbiage, but it said it was fine. So how I've been feeling, just to give you guys like a little update on that, I have still been struggling with like not feeling 100% myself. By this time with Penelope, I was basically like not even pregnant. Like, in my mind, I was like chilling. My belly was still really tiny because it was my first pregnancy and I was in the best shape of my life. I was just feeling amazing at that point. Really nothing bothered me. I barely had any heartburn, any indigestion, anything crazy, except I was craving sweets at this point, I think, from my second trimester into my third. Last pregnancy I was sick, like I keep saying, throughout the whole thing, so it didn't, I don't even want to compare it to that one. But this time around, I would say I'm like 90% there. I still get days where like I get really tired, or like I'm just like super exhausted. I had a baptism on Sunday night, didn't get home till 9. The next day my legs were sore from wearing heels and dancing. And I also just felt like I couldn't recover. Like, I went to bed at 12 o'clock that night, and I never do that. I'm in bed and knocked out by 10:30 the latest. So yeah, I just like took all week to recover from that. And my nausea still comes here and there. I still have that gross taste in my mouth. It's not as bad. Like right now I just like devoured a sausage, egg, and cheese with like onions, tomatoes, the whole nine. And I'm not dying with like a bad aftertaste, but I still tend to rinse with Listerine after I eat, just so like it kind of kills any kind of taste in my mouth. I don't know, it's still happening, but it's just not as bad. First trimester, I would have already been like brushing my teeth and rinsing and like trying to get any trace of food out of my mouth, because it then tastes like rotten meat or something. I don't know, it's just so disgusting. It's not even like the metal taste, it's just bad aftertaste. But I haven't been suffering from like dry mouth, the bad breath that I got first trimester, things like that. And I wonder if I noted anything else, because I kind of stopped noting in my phone because I knew I wasn't going to do like sit down updates like I did first trimester. At 14 weeks, I did note that I started to feel like myself, and I did have like this really scary kind of cramping that happened one night, and it was so painful that the next day I remember, I don't know if it was 14 weeks exactly, but it was around that time. I remember thinking, I'm going to the hospital and making sure I'm not contracting if this continues. And it was just like that one night, really painful, never got it again. So I'm hoping that was that, because that was so scary. After that, I haven't had anything where I'm like feeling very concerned. And especially since I go to the doctor every 2 weeks, and they check to make sure everything's closed and the baby is healthy and happy. I know if I'm feeling something, it's most likely not related to preterm labor. It's most likely like growing pains or something like that. So I think that's what it was. It was just like an intense growth spurt that was happening at that time. And then I had like a couple more little cramps here and there, and I haven't had them since. So I'm happy about that, because that was really, like I said, scary. And that like put me on edge, and I was getting nervous about the whole pregnancy all over again. But ever since then, since 16 weeks, I go every 2 weeks. So this was my second 2-week checkup. I go see my OB, like I said, and I haven't had any cramping or anything like that. Still nothing like the last pregnancy with the bleeding and the whole thing. I feel like this is hopefully just a normal pregnancy. I really do hope so, because I'm feeling confident about it now that I'm getting checked so often, and the whole thing, like I keep saying. So, and just like how I'm feeling in general, like I feel good. My belly's growing. I don't have any crazy, you know, blood discharge, things like that. Nothing like that. I did notice like my urine was super yellow. This is TMI, but I don't care, because this is, if you're watching this and you don't expect that, then that's on you. But I realized it was super yellow. I really wasn't drinking enough water, because it wasn't from prenatals. Just was not drinking enough water, which is so crazy, because I felt like I was drinking so much, but I just feel like in pregnancy, I guess I get more dehydrated. Once I started like drinking more water, it cleared out. But I also try not to drink too much water, because I just feel like I'm peeing every 4 seconds. I swear this baby's on my bladder. I actually forgot to ask her today if the baby is growing like bigger or measuring on track, because the last ultrasound she said the baby was growing a little bit bigger, which I'm happy about. I prefer. So I want to kind of follow that growth. But oh, the lighting's gonna go out now because the sun just went away, but whatever. So yeah, I'm really excited to be 18 weeks. I just feel like once it's October, or once it gets to November, October is still probably not going to go too quick. But once November comes around and you have Thanksgiving, then you have Christmas, and you have New Year's, like I feel like if I could just get to November, I feel like it's gonna fly after that. So I'm just feeling good. I'm really happy with how it's all going. I wish I could feel 100% like I did with Penelope's pregnancy, where I just went back to feeling completely normal. Because again, there's just some days where I'm just so tired, or I get this like nausea out of nowhere, things like that. But I do know what it's like to feel terrible 24/7. So I find how I'm feeling now a win, like a huge win. I feel like I'm sure I'm forgetting things that have like happened in this trimester. Oh, or lately, I've started to feel the baby move. That's huge. I think I started to feel the baby move about 16 to 17 weeks, but like so slight. I have an anterior placenta, so my placenta's in the front. It like is between like the placenta, then the baby, and my stomach. It's like in between. So like I cannot feel it from the outside yet, but I've been feeling the pops, like the little pops. I never got flutters with any of my pregnancies. Well, last pregnancy I didn't get anything, but it was too early, I guess. I don't know. But I know the feeling of the pop that almost feels like a gas bubble, and that's what I've been feeling. Yesterday, the baby was moving like crazy before dinner. I wonder if it was hungry. Like, it's not, I feel like I'm not gonna really 100% know that it's the baby until I can feel it from the outside, but I really think it is. Like, memory card is full. But the ultrasound tech today, like I said, said that the baby's moving like crazy, and I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I've been feeling that baby move. Anyway, I have a hair appointment, so I think I'm gonna take you guys with me because I want to, like I said, go back to just regular vlogging and then updating you guys about the pregnancy throughout. I do want to show you guys a bump situation, but I'm gonna change. It was just so cold this morning. It is now, let's see what weather is. It's 62, so it's warming up, but it was like 59 this morning when I left for my appointment, and so like I threw on this sweatsuit. It's so comfortable. It's from Abercrombie. Yeah, so I'm gonna change, do a bump shot, because right now, let me show you guys. If you see my bump in a sweatsuit, it's like so, it's like a magic trick, okay? Because if I'm in like regular clothes, my scrubs, things like this, you can't even tell that I'm pregnant. Like, can you tell? I don't think you can really tell that much. Wait until I go put on this little unitard thing and show you my bump. And boom. How is it that big of a difference? How? This angle is so bad, but this is my new car and I haven't vlogged in my new car really at all, and I like don't have anywhere to rest my camera while I drive. Usually I have like something. This angle is just lovely. Anyway, it is a literal storm outside. It's so dark out. I'm surprised that my exposure is so overexposed right now. I'll probably try to fix that when I edit because it's bothering me, but like the settings on my camera, I've been vlogging for like a decade and the settings on my camera still get me. I still don't understand all the stupid little like ISO thingamajiggers, whatever. I digress. So I am officially 20 weeks today, which is halfway there, but I'm not, I really think I'm more than halfway there. I really doubt that I'm gonna go to 40 plus weeks. I mean, in a perfect world, I would go to like 39 and then go into labor naturally and have the baby. Because going to 40 just sounds miserable. Everybody who gets to 40 weeks sounds absolutely miserable. But coming from somebody who's had preterm labor and who gave birth to their very tiny daughter at 37 weeks, which was an induction and a whole other story. So it's not like my body went into preterm labor with that one, but still, I would like to have a full-term chunky baby. Just like not have to worry about so many health issues and so many like weight checks and things that you're nervous about when they come out preemie or small. So I don't know, we will see. My doctor says they don't want me going past 37 weeks. That was like in the very beginning. I don't know if that's going to change. I'm sure they will reevaluate these things as I get closer to like my due date or whatever. But yeah, today is September, I think 29th, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been raining here for literally 2 weeks, and it's been pretty chilly. Like my degrees on my car says 60 degrees, which I'm cool with. I'd rather it actually be raining for 2 weeks than it be like 90 degrees for the last 2 weeks. I'm just so over that heat. I think it was a mix of me being pregnant and then like just being like ready to like wear cozy clothes and just get all the fall vibes in. But yeah, I just dropped off Penelope at school, and I'm driving back home because I forgot my Costco card, and today's list of things to do is head to Costco and Walmart. I wasn't even gonna go to Walmart, but the Walmart is right next to the Costco, and I need some more clothes for Penelope. It got cold here so quick. I think next week it's gonna shoot up to like 80 for like a day, but it got chilly, like, and she's been wearing like all her like fall/winter stuff already. So I feel like I just don't have enough. I feel like it just I bought her stuff to just get us by until it started to get chilly, and like just not enough stuff. I didn't have enough leggings to get through the week, just things like that. So I want to go stock up on some more clothes for her for the fall. I'm going to check out a couple things for myself since I'm going to be there anyway, like nursing bras and stuff. I mean, I'm there, so I might as well. So that's the plan. Costco, Walmart. I don't know how much I will vlog, to be honest, just because it's pouring. I don't have a bag and my camera's huge, so it's like I don't want to like bring out my camera while I'm doing these things. I kind of just want to get this stuff done and go back home and relax. But I wanted to update you guys on like pregnancy related stuff since I am 20 weeks. This is so crazy. It's crazy because it's gone fast and slow at the same time. And one huge thing that happened to me when I turned, well, 19 weeks last week, because to me that's really like halfway for me, was just thinking like, holy shit, I still have so much more to go. Like, I'm just thinking of like all this time that has passed so far to get to this point, and now I still have all that time to get to like the delivery, hopefully, you know, God willing, because obviously I don't want to go too early or anything like that. But it's just, I got like in a little bit of a rut. I haven't heard anybody talk about that. I kind of just felt down because honestly I don't feel 100%. I feel okay actually right now, but like I'm still getting nausea. This morning I woke up nauseous. I'm still getting bad taste in my mouth after I eat. I am still just uncomfortable, and I'm just worried, and I just want like to get to the point where the baby's viable, healthy, and we're like in countdown mode, which to me is like 30 weeks. I'm like in my head I'm telling myself, okay, only 10 more weeks to that, at least 20 more weeks to like a literal full term or like a 40-week delivery. Is just like, oh my god, I can't believe there's still so much time. I didn't even want to rush my last pregnancy with Penelope. Like my pregnancy with Penelope, I did not want to rush at all. I was like crying by the end because I was like, I just don't want this to be over. I'm gonna miss my belly. I loved being pregnant, but I honestly don't like being pregnant this time around. I'm anxious, I'm tired, I get cranky, I'm uncomfortable. Penelope is obviously a lot. She's a toddler and she requires a lot of attention, and I can't just come home and rest like I did when I was pregnant with her, which was like a huge help. Like, it's like huge when you're just literally growing a human, to be able to like come home after you worked all day and just like put your feet up and chill and like get your energy back, I guess. And I can't do that this time around. I'm just over it. I want my body back. I want like my body, as far as like my I can like the things I can do. Like, I can't like do certain things with her because I'm just nervous, like I'm gonna like compromise the pregnancy somehow after everything that happened last time. Those kind of things. I'm not as concerned as like the bounce back and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm so ready. I've been having like dreams of like nursing again and pumping. Like, I'm ready to like do all those things, but it's just so long and it bummed me out, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you would think getting to that point you'd be like, yeah, I'm so excited, which I am, but it like dampened it, thinking, oh my god, there's still 20 more freaking weeks of this shit. But I'm not having the worst pregnancy. I sucked myself out of that bubble. I let myself be annoyed about it for like a couple days, and now I'm like, it is what it is. Like, we're getting there. Thank god everything's healthy so far. They're checking me every 2 weeks. I haven't had any issues so far. I go for my anatomy scan next week, which I'm annoyed about because I've been going every 2 weeks, which landed perfectly on the Fridays that I'm off. And so it just worked so nicely with my schedule. But then when I went to make my anatomy scan appointment, she's like, well, we don't want to do it in exactly 20 weeks. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't come again then till Thursday morning because I have to go around my work schedule. And so I'm going to be almost 21 weeks, which I've seen people go on 19 weeks. I've seen people go in, 20, 21, 22. So it's a range, and I'm just like, that sucks. One, I would love to just do the anatomy scan and get it over with because it's nerve-wracking. I want to make sure everything's good with the baby. But I'm not as nervous about that, to be honest, because we've been going so often and I feel like so far everything's been okay. But it's still like a huge thing that we have to check off the list to be like, okay, that's all healthy and good, on to the next thing. But yeah, so they wouldn't let me do that. So now I'm going to be off with my weeks, and then I'm not going to be able to go again until probably 3 weeks, and then I'll go like every 2 again. I will see my OB in between. I mean, It's fine. But yeah, so symptoms, I have, like I said, not been feeling great. I still feel like I am, I don't know, I'm pregnant. Like, you know when people get to the second trimester, they're like, I forget I'm even pregnant, and then I like look down and like I see my belly and I'm like, oh yeah. Like, no, I'm reminded every day because I'm either nauseous, I don't feel well, something's bothering me, I have pain here, pain there, my hips hurt when I'm not allowed to turn here. Is there a cop behind me? Whatever, I'm already in the middle of the street, I'm turning. My hips hurt in the middle of the night. I had like a little bit of insomnia a couple of weeks where like I would get up for like an hour in the middle of the night and I couldn't go back to sleep. Just like those kind of things. But I forgot to mention in my last update, or last time I turned on the camera, was that my boobs were so like, ow, like they hurt, they're painful, and that's like a first trimester thing. So I'm like surprised that I'm getting it in the second trimester. Like, it didn't even bother me in the first trimester. This trimester, ow, like hurts all the time, sore to the touch. The other day they felt swollen and like full, and it almost felt like that engorgement feeling. If you've never been pregnant before, I'm sure you don't know what that like feels like, but if you have, you probably understand. Like, after you give birth and your boobs get engorged when your milk comes in, it almost felt like that, and I almost wanted to spit out, you know? Like, obviously I can't do that for multiple reasons, but I just felt like, oh, I can't wait to like relieve that feeling after I give birth and I can pump out milk or whatever. The best thing about the second trimester, and like the thing that makes it all worth it, is feeling the baby move. Like, I am so grateful that I felt the baby move as early as I did, because I have an anterior placenta. I think because I knew what it felt like from Penelope, I was able to kind of understand, or like, I knew what it felt like, basically. And I was trying to make sure that it wasn't like gas bubbles, because I would always feel it like after I ate. But then as they got stronger, I was like, no, that's not a gas bubble, like that's definitely the baby like popping and moving in there. And now they're pretty strong. I can feel them with my hand on the outside. I can see them with like, I can see like just like a tiny little from the outside too. I got one on video, but honestly, unless you were like, you know what you're looking for, you're not gonna see it. It's really just for me, like my proof and peace of mind that I'm not crazy and that I actually do feel the baby moving and all that. Because I honestly started feeling the baby move like, I think it was like 17 weeks, where I was like just starting to feel those very tiny pops and stuff. And now at 20 weeks, I would say for the last like week, starting at like week 19, I have been feeling consistent movements every day, multiple times a day, like in the middle of the night, and when I wake up, after I eat, before I eat, like I feel it all the time, to the point, or to the I don't know, effect of, that's not what the word I'm looking for, but basically I felt it so much that there was a day that I didn't feel it as much, and I got so freaked out, and I was like, let me do the Doppler, and I like had to use my Doppler to make sure like the heartbeat was still there and everything, because it just felt like I was feeling it so consistently. But I think it was just like the day, I don't know. But ever since then, consistently feeling this baby move, and it like eases my mind so much, especially because those movements are so strong, and it's only 20 weeks, so I feel like I'm growing a nice, strong, healthy baby in there. And yeah, that's honestly the best part. This bad boy right here. This bad boy right here cannot survive without this. I'm so constipated. And I don't care if that is TMI, because you're allowed to take this when you're pregnant, and I'm gonna help you if you're constipated like me. 2 spoonfuls in a cup of water. Does not taste great. It's just kind of weird and gritty, and I think I'm supposed to use more water, but I just like chug it down, so I'm like, whatever. They have like the orange flavor one, and I got the plain just because I thought like if I wanted to mix it into other things, but honestly, I just try to get it down. It's like stuck to the spoon. Come on, come on. Bottoms up. I try to take it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and I forgot this morning. I was kind of having a lazy morning because I took off of work today, so I could have a long weekend because my mom is visiting to go wedding dress shopping with my sister. And I was just being lazy getting Penelope to school. So yeah, this is the stuff if you are also constipated because of pregnancy. Not gonna lie, I am wearing the same outfit that I wore the last time you saw me. I'm gonna be living in these like sweatsuits when I'm just hanging out home, running errands, things like that. This one's from H&M and I love it. It's just so comfortable. It's long enough for my tall ass. I'm 5'8", has pockets. It was cheap. It just does the job. But I'm actually 21 weeks. Crazy. I got, I think, a large in this so that I could fit the bump. I can see this like not fit in the bump. And I'm not doing these over because first of all, I feel like that's uncomfortable and it's ridiculous. But also I'm tall, so if I do that, then it won't be tall enough or long enough for me. But yeah, this is the vibes this fall. I already ate breakfast this morning, but it was only 2 hard-boiled eggs and a coffee. So it's 10:52 and I needed to eat something else. A little chocolate chip muffin and milk. But I did have my anatomy scan, so I'm gonna sit and talk to you guys about that. This is where I like spoke to you guys during like my whole first trimester. I wanted to grab my phone because I stopped taking notes about like my pregnancy once I got to like 18 weeks. I always forget what I talk about because I haven't edited these clips yet and what I talked about last time, but I do remember popping in and talking about my heartburn, right? That has subsided, which I'm happy about because I was getting intense heartburn, like intense from everything. Like this chocolate chip muffin, definitely 100% would give me heartburn. Coffee, things that I didn't realize would give somebody heartburn would give me heartburn just because I'm not used to that. And I just felt like everything was giving me heartburn, which totally sucked. But that has subsided, which I'm very happy about. I'm still dealing though with the indigestion, constipation kind of situation. And that is uncomfortable and annoying. But I don't even know what's worse. The heartburn might have been worse. It was just so uncomfortable because I felt like it was just after every time I ate anything. At least with the indigestion, it doesn't happen all the time. And I notice as long as I eat and don't like sit or lay down right after, for the most part, as long as I'm like walking, moving my body, then I feel like the food is eventually gets down and not stuck in my throat. But I do have that feeling a lot of the times where there's just like food stuck in my throat. Also my boobs. I mean, I have small boobs, but they have definitely gotten bigger. I am like maybe I'm gonna say I'm a small B normally. It's probably being generous, but I'm gonna say it. And I think I am like a full B now, which doesn't sound huge, but when you're used to just having so like super tiny boobs, that is like a change. My husband has even noticed it. I would not be surprised in the next like 10 weeks they'll start leaking at some point. That did happen with Penelope. Anyway, so that's interesting about my boobs lately. They are sore, but not as sore as they were last time we spoke. And the baby moving is my favorite thing in the whole entire world. I am so obsessed with it. You know, I was having a really like down week the last time we spoke just because most people are like so excited to hit 20 weeks and I feel like I came off super negative in that now that I'm thinking about it, and like I'm grateful to be pregnant, especially everything that happened to us the last time. I was just trying to be real, raw, and vulnerable of how I was feeling and the ups and downs of your emotions during pregnancy that week. And that week I was feeling down. I was feeling sad because I felt like I had hit this amazing milestone, but I had so much more to go. But this week I'm feeling much more optimistic. I feel like it had to do a lot with the anatomy scan and seeing the baby again and just being like, okay, we got this, like we're gonna get to the finish line. And then also just like getting excited for the holidays and knowing like once like Thanksgiving and Christmas come, it's just gonna fly. So I am feeling better, and I am also like feeling the itch to not necessarily nest, but just like get the house ready and like, I guess that's nesting. Like, I don't know, like doing little things. Like I bought stuff for my bedroom because I want to like cozy it up because I know I'm gonna spend a lot of time in that room while I'm home here. I made a baby registry just really for me because I'm not having a shower this time. Not for any reason except that it's just expensive. And I know I don't need a lot of stuff because I have stuff from Penelope. So I'm just gonna make a little registry for myself. It's private, nobody can find it right now. Except if I send them the link. So I just have that information for myself so I can keep track of things I need. And then I only sent it to like my mom, my dad, and my sister because they're gonna wanna buy stuff for the baby. So I said, if you're gonna buy anything, just, I don't care if it's a washcloth, just buy it off of this. So that way it's like stuff I actually need. And then of course, if like my mother-in-law asks if I have a registry or sister-in-law or something like that, I'll send it to them, but I'm not doing anything crazy. And yeah, so my mother-in-law actually got us a couple things already from, I mean, my stepmom and dad already got us a couple things. So she bought the swing, which I didn't have with Penelope, believe it or not. I just held her so much when it was COVID, so we were going nowhere that it just, I didn't even need it, I don't know. But I got a swing because I know I'm gonna have my hands full this time with Penelope and a baby and a newborn, so I'm like, let me get the swing. I got the Maxi Cosi one, Maxi Cosi. I don't know. There's so many swings out there. That's the one I looked into and ended up liking, or whatever. I got a mini fridge for my room because now we're in a house. Last time we were in an apartment and I could just really like walk 2 feet to the fridge when I was like nursing and pumping at night and, you know, doing the, catching the, what's it called? The, oh my God, what's the word? The letdown with like my haka and stuff. I would just like throw it right in the fridge, but now I know I'm not gonna want to deal with going up and down, up and down, up and down 100 times a night. So I got a little mini fridge. They bought that for me, and they bought me my sound machine because I had to. One of the hatches broke. It's the hatch one. When I used it to travel one time, and I think it just got banged up in my suitcase and whatever, it broke. So I have one in Penelope's room, and I put the other one in my room already because I actually love the hatch sound machine, and I didn't have a clock in my room, so like in the middle of the night if I woke up I never knew what time it was, and now this one has a little like clock on the bottom, so it's perfect. When the baby eventually moves into their own room, I will just get myself like a cheapy one and move that one into their room. So that's that. Oh, and then we also started working on the nursery, which I will show you guys, but the nursery is the smallest room in the house. It's very tiny. Actually, no, the playroom is the smallest room in the house. That one's more of actual bedroom, but it's small. And they had these massive built-ins in there, and it was making the room so much smaller than it even looked. It was making the room look even more small than it is. And they were old, and so we're in the process of trying to rip all that out. But at least my nausea is calmed down a little bit. I mean, a lot of it. I'm just still like, not feeling 100% myself, which I guess is just not gonna happen this pregnancy. It's just what I have to compare it to from Penelope's. Again, after 12 weeks, I felt like 100% myself. I would like forget I was pregnant. This time, I'm always reminded by something. But it is what it is. At least I'm not like throwing up and nauseous all the time. Oh, I also had a lot of headaches this week. And it was a lot of headaches, a lot of indigestion, and a lot of constipation this week. That's like, I would say my main symptoms this week. Oh, and I was exhausted. I don't know. And something tells me that the baby was like having some kind of growth spurt or something was happening, because when my symptoms change, headaches and stuff, it's like something I haven't had in a little while, and my exhaustion kicks in again. Something tells me something is happening. I haven't read the apps though, so I don't really know exactly what's happening. But the anatomy scan, really quick. The anatomy scan went well. If I'm being 100% honest, I wasn't nervous for it, which is surprising because I am a nervous freaking Nelly. I have anxiety, I have postpartum anxiety. I'm a ball of anxiety, if you will. And it actually went really well, so I'm happy that I didn't stress about it because they did all that they had to do. They took all the pictures. I think she said like 100 pictures. The baby cooperated for the most part. She just couldn't get the tip of the spine. So when they did my transvaginal, because I'm still going in every 2 weeks to a high-risk doctor for my transvaginal ultrasound, got that measurement. And then they checked the cervix because again, they want to make sure like I'm not going to go into preterm labor again. Everything was closed and good. My placenta is also not blocking my cervix, I think it is. So everything looks good right now. The baby was long ways though, like this. So I'm actually ready for it to like, I don't know. I just feel like that is like bringing us closer to delivery, but I actually don't want to deliver yet. So maybe I shouldn't want that thing. Oh, the baby is measuring on track. She didn't tell me the percentile that the baby's in, but she did say that it was 14 ounces and a pound is 16 ounces. So almost a pound. give or take, because they don't really know 100%. And yeah, I mean, it couldn't have gone any better. Everything has been going, knock on wood, so well. So I'm so happy about that. Which is how it went with Penelope's pregnancy up until the end, when she just was measuring a little too small and they had to like monitor me and induce me. But if that's the case this time, that's the best case scenario, honestly, compared to what happened to last time. So now I just want to make it to 26 weeks, because God forbid my body did go into preterm labor again. That's when the baby survive outside the womb, they say, or they have a better chance. I think they call it like viability. So that's where I'm thinking, that's where my head's at right now. And also just because then we're getting closer to that 3rd trimester. I don't mean to rush my pregnancy away. I'm more excited to meet the baby than I am to be pregnant. That's all. Yeah, I got pictures. They were kind of basic, so I gave them to my husband, and I forgot to take an actual picture myself, but I did get to see like the little nose like from this angle and the mouth, and oh my god, I had the biggest urge to just like kiss the side of the face. I can't wait for newborn snuggles and smells. Okay, I think I got it all. Yeah. I look rough because I have no makeup on, but these are for me. This video is not, and you're gonna see how rough I look, but I'm just saying. 22 weeks, this is what we're looking like. I've been trying to do a TikTok video, like progressing, my bump progressing, and anytime I don't feel big or I feel like, nah, this is just bloat, and then I go to do those updates, I'm like, I had no tummy before. Even when I thought that, like, I was like, oh, I'm popped. Like, I popped. No, it still just looked like I ate a little bit of pizza. So, I guess, would you call this officially popped? I mean, I would say officially popped. I mean, I'm 5 months, but I don't know when I, like, officially popped, I guess. I look a little sick. But I just got back from running some errands, and I'm home by myself today. Penelope's at school. I gotta pick her up soon so we can get to swim class. It's a makeup class because she usually goes on Saturdays or on Sundays, but we've been so busy, which I'm very happy about, because I'm hoping that'll make the pregnancy go by faster come the holidays, because right now I am like counting down the weeks. Every week I'm like, almost 22 weeks, almost 23 weeks. I am literally at the point where I'm like, okay, 8 weeks from now, I will be 30 weeks, and that's crunch time. For me, that's crunch time, because once you're in your 30s, once you're in your 3rd trimester, anything could happen. And that is when it starts to go by fast, I think, or it will for me. Are you sleeping? Aski, are you sleeping standing up? Wow, I can't believe how pale I look. Am I really that pale, or is this just like super bright? No, my face is literally like that pale compared to my body. Oh my god. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to think like right now. That's the mindset I'm trying to put myself in. I've had the itch to start to nest, which is crazy because I don't think I got that itch to nest until like till after my baby shower with Penelope. It was like 30 weeks. I had my baby shower, and then after I got all my gifts, I started putting everything away, and then I was like, okay, I want to nest. But I think it has something to do with the fact that we just moved to this house. We haven't even been here a year. I'll be a year in February, and I didn't finish a lot of things. I kind of just moved us in. I've been decorating where I can, as I can, because it's very freaking expensive to do so. And now there's like things that I want to do and get done before the baby comes, because I just want to feel like settled in our home. Not that I'm not now, but I know I'm not leaving. Once that baby is born, I am hibernating for a couple months. Obviously, I will leave like here and there, but I'm going to be home more than I'm out, and especially because I'm not going to be going to work every day. And I just want everything the way I want it. So like, for example, we're gonna change 2 light fixtures upstairs in the bedroom. I ran out of the house this morning and I didn't have time to make the beds, but I will show you guys what I mean. With the exception of like the decorations that I put out for the holidays, I've just been doing like little things to kind of cozy up the house, I guess. So yeah, we started work on the nursery, which is a definite work in progress. This home is an older home and has a lot of charm and character, but with older homes comes not so fun things, I guess. Like they have built-ins everywhere, which I have mentioned before. Like for example, if you can see that built-in above Penelope's playhouse there, it is the most random like built-in ever. I don't understand why. I'm trying to focus now. All right, well, it's over there, whatever. It is so random. They just like threw, it looks like it's just thrown there. And then they did that in the nursery or our future nursery. And my husband's trying to get them all out. So he's like ripping them all out, and it's a process because again, the house is made so long ago. It's actually very well made. It's not like nowadays when you build or have a new build and they just kind of like put in like bookshelves and like staple it to the wall or whatever they do. I don't know. Could be totally making that up. But I just feel like it's not made with like the same materials and like sturdiness. So he has been hacking at that, cutting the wood up to try to get it down the stairs. So I will show you guys what that's looking like right now, because I do plan on showing you guys what I do with the nursery. Maybe once it's done, I don't know, as I'm going or not, but I really want that all done so I can start getting it at least cleaned up, painted, and then not even decorated, because I don't know if I'm gonna decorate right away. I think I want to like organize a nest first, and then like little by little start buying stuff for the baby's room, getting the crib put together and things like that. I'm going to use the old crib that I had for Penelope's room, her nursery. It's unisex. It's just like a white and wood crib. The only thing is the vibes that I have this time around are like a little bit darker, a little bit moodier, and I really can't do that with that crib, because the crib is like the focal center point of the room in a way, in my opinion. And so I'm kind of still trying to keep it like not vintagey. I don't know. Maybe I'll put up a picture of what I'm going to go for now, because I have to focus it around the crib. But if it wasn't for that, I probably would have got like a black crib or like a darker wood crib, just something a little bit more like moody. I think that's cooler for a boy anyway, and I don't know what I'm having. So this is probably for the best. I'm going to try to keep it light and airy like I did with Penelope's room, gender neutral, because I don't know what I'm having. And we will take it from there. So let me show you guys upstairs. Of course, I'm gonna have to change the lighting. My boobs look huge. This bra I bought too small to begin with, but my boobs definitely grew. Okay, you see, like I did not make the beds this morning. I am going to be doing that in a minute, but this is the future nursery. Let's lower the exposure. These are the built-ins that my husband has been trying to take down. I mean, it's a freaking mess in here. This room is small, so I did not want those built-ins regardless, but especially with the size of the room, they needed to go. They had this like tacky kind of thing up here, and this is what I mean. There's like another random built-in. So we've just been using this room honestly for the dogs and like nothing else. Like it's just been kind of chilling in here. A couple things that I actually bought recently because Amazon had an Amazon Prime Day sale, and so I bought some new burp cloths. We're gonna have this new this time, so I got this new sleep sack, and then this is the ceiling fan that I'm gonna put up in here. I decided to do a ceiling fan, and then I did a light fixture for the bedroom, which looks like that. That is my current light fixture, and obviously it needs to go, but I just haven't been like pushed to do it. Now I am. This is the one in here. What's really funny though is that this wall color isn't that far off from what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of doing a green. I'm into green lately. Look at my nails. Did like a dark green this time. But definitely less yellowy green. Like on camera it's not picking up. Maybe more of what it looks like on camera. I'm not sure yet. I'm still playing around with the greens, but this is the baby's closet. At least the baby has a closet. I can't access it right now because these are heavy. These are like the doors to the built-ins. It's like crazy. And then this is actually my attic that has like a crazy amount of storage, like so much storage up there, which is like not a big deal. Eventually we plan on actually finishing it and making it like a real bedroom, and then this like the landing for it almost. But for now, this is gonna be the nursery. It's small, but it's still doable. It's like definitely still big enough to be like a actual bedroom, but it's definitely tiny. Like my room I feel like is already small, and then Penelope's room is definitely not that big either. But again, I didn't make the beds this morning, sue me. We're or fix her rug. I just need to organize in here. But it's still much bigger than this room. This room is definitely much smaller. But I love being in between the kids. Like, I love that the nursery is right here. Penelope's room is right here. I can literally hear everything. So anyway, that is that. Oh, my emotional support water bottle. I did go to the doctor's on, what day was it? Yesterday? Oh, it was yesterday. Pregnancy brain's a real thing. Yesterday I went to the doctor. It was just my regular OB visit. It's one of those visits where they're literally like, hey, how you doing? Everything good? Great. Look at the belly. Okay, bye. And so it was very uneventful, and I am bored with those appointments, to be honest, but I do appreciate that they're monitoring me closely. So I prefer going to my high-risk doctor at maternal fetal medicine because I get to do like the ultrasound and see the baby, and I love those visits. But everything so far has been going really well. She did tell me that we're on track for a normal, not normal I guess, but vaginal delivery. And that is the goal. So I'm hoping I go into labor naturally and that is what happens, but I don't have a birth plan. I'm not set on a birth plan because I just I don't see the point, just because of how drastically that can change. I witnessed it firsthand with my daughter. So I'm just kind of like, this is what I would like to happen. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I told her that, and she was like, that's great. That's a good mindset to have. So whatever. I have not even showered yet. I am currently 26 weeks. 27, will I be 28 or 27 weeks? Hold on, I don't remember. 27, I'll be 27 weeks on Friday. Today is Sunday. That means this is my last week in my second trimester. And I feel like I didn't put much in the second trimester vlog. Like I did, in the sense of, I know there's a lot of clips I have to go through, but I don't know how much of it is actually entertaining. But my crooked, oh God, I don't know, this tripod friggin' sucks. I look like this now. Just feels so damn massive for 27, almost 27 weeks, really 26 weeks right now. I am in nesting mode. Oh my God, I've been itching to nest like since I was like literally 20 weeks. I feel like I've just been like, I want to start organizing, and it's not just like baby stuff. It's stuff like this. Like I'm in my daughter's playroom right now, and I've just been, ever since we moved in, I've been itching to like get it organized correctly. When we first moved in, I just kind of threw everything in here, and it actually worked out for the most part, like how I've placed the furniture. Like I don't think there's any other way to do it because it's just a tiny room, but it's just very, I don't know, I want it to be a little bit more functional. I have this built-in over here that's like, has all this stuff that I threw in when we moved that I just want to get out. I did not shave my armpits, so if you see that, whatever, sorry. I want to get that stuff out so that I can make way for like Christmas coming, and her birthday is only a couple months after that. So it's just like, I know this room is going to get out of control, so I want to get it kind of in control before the baby comes and before all that stuff. I'm out of breath now just because I don't even know. I didn't even do really anything right now. I'm going to try to do all that right now, but I also am in the middle of doing the nursery. My husband finally finished taking down those built-ins. This has been like a whole process because, you know, we both work full-time. We're both very busy. I have my toddler with me. When I'm not working, she's with me. So it's not like I have really a spare day, with the exception of a couple days a week I get off and she's still in school. I can get some stuff done. It's just not enough. Let's just put it that way. So they're actually at swim class right now. And I told him, like, take your time, go to swim class, take her to the park after. Like, I need to get stuff done without her here. It's nearly impossible with, like, trying to do stuff like this and then, like, your toddler's, like, in the mix trying to, like, help and then, like, also, like, mess up stuff at the same time. It's just, it's rough. So, today that's my plan. I'm going to work on her room and the nursery. I'm hoping to get the ceiling painted in the nursery at least. And the wallpaper I ordered doesn't come until next week. I will show you guys the one I ordered though, because I have samples on the walls. And if I can get maybe the lower wallpaper down, because I was gonna do, I think it's called beadboard, I don't know what it's called. But I was gonna do like the real version of it and not the wallpaper version of it. But my sister had it. She's like a DIY queen. She had so much left over from a previous project, and I am all about saving money, especially in this economy. especially because we have a whole house that we're trying to like make a home, which we have for the most part, but there's just always little projects when you have a house. I've been trying to like budget that nursery as much as I can, use old things that I have, things like that. So yeah, little update though on my I don't know when I updated you guys last, but I am now, like I said, 26 weeks. So last week of my second trimester. I feel like I can't believe I'm going to be in my third trimester, but the actual weeks are going by so slow just because I really want to be at the point where I'm in my 30s and close to having the baby. Because I don't love being pregnant this time around. I'll just be honest. So for me, I'm just like, every week I'm like, okay, we're getting closer, we're getting closer, we're getting closer. And I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to be at least in my 30s, because also, God forbid something happens where like I do go into labor like the last time. I feel like anything after like 34 weeks, I would be like, okay, this is like, we'll be okay. Because obviously now I'm in viability, but it's just, or I hit viability, but the baby would struggle a lot, and I just obviously don't want that. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I have been feeling large and in charge. I've been feeling definitely tired. I think mainly just because I'm running after Penelope a lot, and I can't like just put my feet up like I did the first time when I get home from work kind of thing. Still working full time kind of thing, and I'm not taking maternity leave until I absolutely have to. So like literally the last time I left for work, I think it was Thursday, and then the next day I had a doctor's appointment, and then I just didn't go back to work because they were like, yeah, we're inducing you now. So like I worked until I couldn't, like I had to go and give birth, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do this time, hopefully, especially if I'm going for a VBAC and I don't need to schedule a C-section. Yeah, I'm just very tired. My digestion, indigestion, all that stuff pretty much is the same, just like slower, not the best. My Metamucil has helped a lot, but I am definitely needing to take my Metamucil has helped a lot, which I'm very happy about. And it was helping for a good while where I didn't even need to take it for a little while. And then something upset my stomach last week, and it literally, I felt my whole like digestion get thrown off again. And so I kind of been having to take it again, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's just, you know, it's another thing you have to think about and take and all that stuff. It's more annoying to have like indigestion, heartburn, and that like, I don't know, just discomfort of like feeling full and like just so heavy here and things like that. But like I feel like I could do this and it helps, but it's not like enough where like even wearing a band I think would help, and I don't want to invest in one because hopefully this is my last pregnancy. So that is that. My skin has sucked like this whole pregnancy, and I forgot to tell you guys this, I think. I have dermatitis, and it's pretty much flared up this whole pregnancy. I remember that with Penelope, so I feel like that's just normal within my pregnancies. When I hit 6 months, so you hit 6 months, I think 24 weeks is 6 months. So when I hit 6 months, I finally started to feel a little bit better with my nausea, and the nasty taste in my mouth and things like that. But I can't say that it 100% subsided. Like it got way better, but the bad taste in my mouth still is there, here or there. I still have to rinse, I still have to brush my teeth after I eat, things like that, because then it just lingers. And yeah, I'm not feeling like I did with Penelope, where I got to a certain point and I basically felt 100% myself. Like literally forgot that I was pregnant. So this time I pretty much always remember I'm pregnant. I did have my fundal measurement. So from like here to here they measure. And I am measuring on track, which is awesome because with Penelope, that's how they realized that she was measuring small. So I'm happy about that. And everything else has been just going really well. So I don't really have anything else to say, knock on wood, about that. But I'm still going to my high-risk doctor every other week for the check on my cervix. Oh my God, this is the first time I'm really out of breath in a while. Like I don't get out of breath. So I'm still going every other week to my high-risk doctor, or not even, I don't even see that doctor. I just go for the ultrasound. They check the baby, they check the size of the baby, and they check my cervical lengthening, like to make sure my cervix isn't shortening, and all that stuff. And everything so far has been great, which I'm very happy about. And now I see my OB every 2 weeks, and then they made my appointments up until the end of the year. And after, I think this month, I see her, I think in December and January, the like last 2 months of my pregnancy. I think it's every week. I don't remember. It's every 2 weeks, and then probably maybe January and February. because I'm due the 16th of February. I just feel like once February comes, like that's, my mindset is the baby can come anytime. But I would be ecstatic to give birth early. I'm just, like I said, not really loving being pregnant this time.